This is my Stage 2 extended wheelbase four-wheel steering SCX24, and it is done as of tonight. I was able to get my scramblers in the mail. I had originally intended to put mudslingers on it, but you just can't get them, so I'm not willing to spend $100 and some just for a set of four tiny little tires, so I went with this. And I think it's going to be fantastic. I love the compound of the scramblers. I know these tires, they're fantastic. But anyway, this is the car that I built from the ground up. I started with the carbon fiber chassis. It was like an $8 part for both of them, and it only weighs 8 grams. It's amazing. And then built it up. I lightened every possible piece I could take weight out of, like the ESC tray. That's now the battery tray. ESC's moved to the back. I've got rear magnet mounts. I've got a hole in this ESC. If I ever take it out to run it, I'll just put a piece of tape over that. If I run it indoors, it's a great way to vent heat from my circuit board. It's got the barrage motor in there with heat sinks on both sides, and those do an amazing job of dissipating heat. That motor never gets hot. I bought a red anodized barrage motor plate just because I thought it looked cool, and it goes along with the car. It's got kinetic shocks front and back, stock springs set up for droop, and it's front and back. The front and back has alloy aluminum or whatever it is, metal steering links. I have a servo disc instead of a servo horn on the back because it lined up better for the rear steering alignment. I don't have a front bumper. I may end up getting one someday, and not too worried about it. It doesn't need it. It's pretty cool without it. Trio wheels, those came about a week ago. It's got the aluminum skid plate in the center. I kept stock drive shafts because they don't break, so there's no point in replacing it in my mind. It just adds weight that the motor has to carry around. And it's got my own high clearance links that work beautifully. I've shown how to do that in another one of my videos. Another thing I did was I added a short little extension for the battery, just because the battery is not going to be, or the normal battery wires won't reach all the way to the back with the battery and the ESC so far apart. I have cut and resoldered the wires onto the motor just to get rid of that extra length. Custom shortened cables for the servos, and most recently, this body here only weighs about 25 grams. It's super light. It's half the weight of the original. And how I did that was, it's a layer of the thinnest Lexan I could possibly find, a layer of spray glue, a photocopy of the original metal panels that I taped on both sides to laminate, and then basically spray glued the back side of it and stuck it onto the Lexan, just glued it in. And if I set this next to a metal one, you'd never be able to tell the difference, but a scale would. And I also added a black, this is a flap here, just in case you're wondering what that moving thing was, and that allows for the battery to be able to sit in place, and it does bump it up just a little bit, but it's kind of a hidden thing. I didn't want a hole in the car, but you wouldn't notice it if I hadn't showed you. It's pretty cool. And magnetic mounts on the back, but this thing crawls amazingly. It's like a spider. It has so much articulation. It's got a ton of brass on it, and it just sticks to the ground. It's my best crawler. It just goes everywhere. It looks cool. It's got a ton of flex, and this thing is just incredible when it works. I wish there was a national competition I could go to somewhere with this. I'd love to put it up against some of the best you guys have built, just to see how it does. I'd like to get some more ideas how I can make it better. At this point, I'm not sure I would really know how to even do that, but I'm going to enjoy it for a while, and kind of don't know what to do. I've worked on it for so long that I don't know what's next. Maybe I'll fix up my HBX Devastator, get it running, but I'm going to enjoy this for a while. Thanks for watching, and let me know if y'all have any questions, ideas for anything you want to see done, and we'll talk to y'all later.